The United States warned China over military ships in the South China Sea. The head of the U.S. Navy warned China that its Coast Guard, paramilitary ships, and maritime militia will be treated in the same way as the nation's Navy in the South China Sea. The U.S. military news channel reported, China is increasingly relying on non-naval ships and military ships to assert its claims in the region, blurring the line between its military and Coast Guard, which has complicated U.S. efforts in the past few years. China considers at least 90% of the South China Sea to be its sovereign territory, a claim disputed by other regional powers. Admiral John Richardson told the U.S. military news channel that he has made it very clear that the U.S. Navy will not be coerced and will continue to conduct routine and lawful operations around the world. Richardson highlighted the apparent policy shift to Shen Jinlong, China's naval commander, during his trip to the country in January. China's Coast Guard fleet of large patrol ships has more than doubled to over 130 in the past 9 years, making it the largest Coast Guard force in the world. The Maritime Militia, an armed reserve force of civilians and fishing boats, is the only one of its kind sanctioned by a government in the world, the Pentagon said its annual report on Chinese military. Under the Obama administration, the rhetoric from the U.S. wasn't generally belligerent, but the two countries have clashed in the past year. Earlier this month, China's Foreign Ministry spokesman Lu Kang said he hopes non-regional forces don't stir up troubles in the South China Sea, after a U.S. aircraft carrier sailed through the disputed South China Sea in the latest show of America's military might amid new territorial flare-ups.
The U.S. Navy has been conducting freedom of navigation operations, whereby it sends warships through disputed waters to prevent a claimant from denying others access in violation of international law.